Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for having me. I'm hoping that we can make this connection last, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, of course you will. Now, somebody in the comments said that you're only really dragging on my end. So you go and do what you've got to do, and then we'll sort everything else out between us as the lag
Okay.
disappears.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So there's only going to be like an awkward 7 seconds when we're both staring at the screen, waiting for the other person to respond.
That's all right. I think people are used to me being awkward.
Okay, great. I'm pretty good with handling awkward, so it's no problem at all. So anyway, from this kitchen, I'm going to be able to get home from doing chores at Mockingbird, the animal sanctuary, change my clothes, obviously, whip up some recipes, and teach anybody that's interested in cooking vegan food, anybody that's afraid of that vegan diet. So this Friday is a little launch party where I'm going to demonstrate a couple of my recipes. You're going to get, I think, 8 recipes total, because you're going to get some stuff if you sign up, if you get a ticket. Not only are you going to get a vegan baking guide. Now, this baking guide is the kind of thing where if you're like, hey, man, I want to, John Ted's a good dude. I always liked his music. He's handsome. Let's list all the other cool things about me. Anyway, and you're like, I want to cook a cake without animal ingredients today. And so you pull down whatever, whatever Betty Crocker book you have on the shelves. If you look at this vegan baking guide, you'll be able to substitute any kind of dairy, like any kind of milk, any kind of egg products, honey. I don't know if honey's on there yet, but it's going to basically help anybody that's like, hey, I have all these cookbooks and I want to start cooking vegan. You can actually convert these recipes yourself with this easy guide. So really excited to be able to show people that and help them through it. And yeah, this is the first of hopefully many classes. I'm hoping to be able to, once I have enough classes built up, offer a class a week for anybody who's interested. I believe I have some people as far away as in France that are coming to this launch party. So it's really cool.
That's awesome, dude. I'm so proud of you. Not only like stepping into like the technological world and like fully embracing it and using it to spread the positive message that you've always had, whether it was with the music or the vegan activism, your work with Mockingbird. Like, it's great for me to see, because there's so many of our peers, right, that bah humbug on technology and don't want to embrace it and just want to do things the old way. So it's so encouraging for me to see somebody like yourself taking their ideals to a new platform and being able to reach more people and impact more people. And to me, man, that speaks volumes about you as a person, and I love that.
Well, it's just Syracuse means a lot to me. Earth Crisis came from there, and they were like my ally of veganism because they came from my hometown, and it just like it made me stick to that conviction. So it's like it's really cool for me to not just give back to Syracuse for anybody who's interested in trying to cook vegan or transition over to the vegan diet, but like to reach the entire world with Chris from the Vegan Zombie. I mean, we would get messages all the time from people all over the United States and even the world just saying, hey, I've been vegan for 4 years now because your videos on YouTube made us laugh and your cookbook has helped me. And that right there was like motivation enough, even back when I was playing in the Scarlet Inning, that was motivation enough to say, hey, there's something going on here. You should follow down that avenue. So I'm so excited. It feels like the right direction for me to go to get back into the kitchen. You know what? Maybe I'll set up my guitar in here and I'll jam out while I'm baking some brownies. I don't know. Who knows?
I think that could be a lot of fun, my man. So being, I mean, I think you're on the edge of millennial, right? Like kind of millennial, but not really the millennial that people think of. For me, because I'm around the same age, I came up with the dudes from Earth Crisis. So I remember being at shows with them or on tour with them and it was a struggle, right? Like trying to find a Chinese place that could make some sort of vegan thing, because at the time that was kind of the only option outside of like the diner in Chicago or Red Bamboo or any of the other places in the 90s that were proactive in this. And then I fast forward to when you would do like USO tours, and you would struggle to be able to like find good vegan things. How encouraging is it for you now in 2022 to see that it's become more accepted? It's not like, I mean, there's obviously still ignorant comedians that make, vegan jokes or whatever, but like it really seems like when a fast food place goes out of their way to make a vegan option that, America seems to be wrapping their arms around it.
Yeah, I mean, very, very good point. Going vegan in the late 90s was was difficult because there wasn't a lot of options, and especially in a small town, it was like, what's a vegan, And now, even here, I live in the middle of nowhere. There's still a Wegmans like a 20-minute drive from here, and they still have a great vegan selection. I could eat as junky as I wanted to. If I wanted the grossest kind of ice cream, peanut butter, brownie, hot fudge sundae, pizza, whatever, roll it up into a burrito, I can go get that right now because all of these options are out there. And when Chris and I would travel to the West Coast with the Vegan Zombie back in the day, we would get to like shake hands with these companies that paved the way for the vegan products out there today. The vegan marshmallow company that you can find at Wegmans, Dandy's. Like that company grew up listening to Earth Crisis and like being on the front lines of the animal liberation. And these are the people right now that are running businesses and and hopefully getting famous and really spreading the message that veganism is all about.
Yeah, and in that same line, I mean, how great is it that Jared has PMA with making vegan cheese? Punk Rock Jared. I can't even say the name of many of his bands because, like, we're live on a radio station website here. But it's great to see how this has come down through the generations, from the days of Earth Crisis to the days of you to the days of Jared, and hopefully perpetuating that on into the future, where like Syracuse becomes known for that. Because I think in some respects we are, even with our friends at Strong Hearts.
I mean, 100% Strong Hearts themselves, Nick and Joel are expanding. They're going to be in Buffalo. And I think that that's huge. I mean, that's all of these things that are vegan and related or 100% vegan. We all grew up in that scene that were inspired by like musicians. And I mean, a huge part at the venue that you worked at for many years. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but like,
Oh yeah.
that's how I know you. I mean, I feel like we're old friends. You know what I'm saying? This is like a little reunion where I haven't seen you in 100. Let's hug. Just kidding.
But yeah, I've always had a tantamount of respect for you, man. Whether it was from seeing you at shows and both as a performer and your support of your peers was unparalleled. We both brought it up, but like the element that you brought to the Scarlet Ending to me, no offense to anybody else, but like it really made that band what it was in its later days, with the dynamic of the twins, and then your vocal, your writing coming into effect as well, man. I was so impressed by that, and I've been a bug, in your ear for probably a decade now, since the band kind of ended, to always just be like, hey, John, what are you doing with your music? Hey, John, what are you doing with your music? And as soon as I saw how passionate you were about Mockingbird and everything else, for me, it was just like, all right, he's found his path. And maybe someday I can talk that dude into playing songs again. But for right now, like he's being very, very proactive for himself and his brand. And man, it fills me with such an immense joy to sit back and watch you do your thing and watch you just be so successful with it. It really is heartwarming for me.
Well, that really means a lot coming from you because you've always been like that big brother at the shows, in the back. And I mean, no offense, but you were scary to me when I first met you. And then we started talking. I'm like, dude, he's such a nice guy, and I'm glad that we struck up a conversation. And first of all, I want to say, as far as the Scarlet Ending goes, I just felt lucky enough to get to share the stage with those with those humans, like the triple part harmony, like that was a really good musical band. And right at the end of our tenure, if you will, I feel like we were really coming into our own sound. But it's just, life happens. You get older and you move apart. And luckily, Kaylee's out there doing her thing. I mean, she's going to be, what's going to happen is she's going to get huge, and then we're all going to jump on and just be her backing band. Then you'll get to see me on stage again.
I'd be totally into it, man. I've seen 3 or 4 comments pop up where everybody is encouraging you to bring your guitar into the kitchen. So I hope that actually comes to fruition.
Yeah, man, and I can change the lighting in the kitchen so we can put on a full-on show here. I'll put on a wig. I'll go full-on karaoke if I need to. I got to get famous and spread the word of veganism. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 100% down to help you, my man. Once again, when is the event? Is it Friday?
Yeah, it's Friday. It airs Friday live at 7. I believe it's 7:30, or I think maybe it's 6 to 7:30. All the details are on jonted.com. It's JONTEDD. That's my name. .com. And you can buy tickets right from the website. If you can't make it Friday night, you got plans, you got a hot date, or you work at a radio station. I'm actually going to send you an email with all of the recipes and a recorded version of the live. So even though you can talk back to me, but it's just a recording and I can't talk to you, but you can email me any questions or any comments that you have based on the lesson and stuff like that. So I encourage everybody to at least give it a try and let me know what you think, and I'm happy to accommodate and help you go vegan in any way that I can.
Awesome.